Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a random review. I am Random Ross, and today I review The Ocean with David Attenborough. So this is a documentary film that is presented by the national treasure that is Sir David Attenborough, where he gives us a look at the world's oceans on planet Earth. Having lived nearly a century, and feels that he's nearing the end of his life. He, takes us on this journey around the ocean, showing us from how he started doing it way in the 50s to now, and things that we've been exploring and learning, and how we are learning about the world's oceans today. Also, we get a few things in there about how we need to look after the earth and our oceans, and how life can thrive from it. So what did I like about this one? Well, it was a documentary film. David Attenborough, again, as always, I've always liked David Attenborough's voice. Very soothing and quite relaxing, and it just draws me in, and that's what I liked. It had me drawn in and concentrating and watching and enjoying the documentary film. It's about an hour and a half, or 84 minutes, I think so, just under. And we see marine life from its vegetation, its wild plants, to its, fish life, and its beauty, its mystery, and its secrets, and how we really just learn new things about the ocean, and also how climate change has happened due to humankind with with overfishing and destroying seabeds and reefs, and causing a decline in the ocean's world, but showing us that we can still change it. It's not too late. We can still reverse the damage. And in this documentary we do see a lot of that stuff happening, how we've cut down on overfishing, and how we're cutting down carbons and that. It's happening, but it's happening very slowly, but it is happening, and shows us, I liked that it showed us how the population of the ocean is rebuilding, how animals we thought were lost long ago are making comebacks. Just shows how very little of the ocean's been explored, and we go from the Arctic Sea all the way to the Atlantic, to the Pacific, to oceans and seas all around the world, and how we can, as a species, come together and coexist with the other wild creatures. Because, the Earth is a lot better off without us, but we are not better off without the Earth. So we really should try and look after it, and make the world better for future generations. I always say in my grumpy moments, oh, but I don't like the next generation, but the fact is, we need to make it, we need to take care, we are starting to, do things, like recycle and, reduce things, but it's happening very slowly, really slowly. And in the documentary I learned a lot of things about it, like him saying, how much of our ocean is protected, and we would, thinking we would assume 10-20%. The fact is, only 3% of the ocean, maybe less, is protected. And I was like, wow, that is quite a low amount. And, but David Attenborough, he's telling us that it's not too late, there's still hope, we can save this planet. And we've seen what this planet can be like when we just leave it be. Like the pandemic, when we were all staying at home, it was locked down. The Earth, nature got a break. The oceans and the air cleared up. Species were coming out of their shells, it was, despite it being a downer time for us, it was quite nice for the Earth, because it's like it finally got a chance to breathe. Like we gave the Earth a break, and we can do that more often. I'm not saying go into a lockdown or have pandemics or anything like that, but if we can just cut down on our luxuries, stop abusing this planet and draining it for its resources, we can actually make it a lot better. And yeah, we can see a lot of the land that we can destroy, and the land mass and that we can also fight to prevent destruction and that. But it's difficult to see under the ocean. But the ocean, just as much as like the rainforest and trees, the ocean too gives us life. It has life. We came from that, evolutionary. We evolved, and they say that sharks and turtles have outlived the dinosaurs, but could they, from overfishing, would they face extinction? But the way the documentary ends, we see that the Earth is bouncing back. The Earth does find a way to find back. Like evolution, it always finds a way. And the Earth has been around for billions and billions and billions of years. And to the Earth, we've only been here 5 minutes. Even though humans have been around for millions of years, we've only been here for 5 minutes to the Earth. The dinosaurs were here longer than us. They weren't around for just a few years. They were around for millions of years before they got their extinction. There was even life before their time as well. And we are actually the first species to actually cause on an extinction event. There are 5 known extinction events that have happened on this Earth, and we could be causing a 6th one. But with just a bit of awareness, a bit of fighting back, and a bit of convincing and stuff and persuasion, we can help this Earth get better. And we are. Like I say, it's happening very slowly, but I think we can make things a bit better if we give the Earth a chance to give nature a break a bit. Don't overfish. Take because not only that, we see that other communities around the world, like poor communities, fishermen and that, they fish because they need food resources as well. We also see, other people throughout this documentary explain that how essential our oceans are and stuff. And, I feel that's one message from it. We need to look after our planet and take care of our ocean. And also, we need to admire the beauty that the ocean brings us and not destroy it and that for profits and stuff. It's not an easy battle, but we can do better. We can. So yeah, this documentary, as beautiful and as stunning as it was, there was no practical digital or visual effects in this. This was genuinely real, what we were seeing on here. And seeing the ocean's giants like the blue whales thriving again, and seeing fish and fish populations around again, because we're actually making some efforts here to help the planet, was nice. It was good. It was a good documentary. Had a great classical score as well playing in this film, and David Attenborough was on top form. When David Attenborough pops his clogs, when that time comes, I think the whole Earth is gonna go quiet, because at 99 years old now, and I'm thinking he can make it to a century old, but that man has said he's loved the Earth and the ocean ever since he was a little boy, and he is still here now telling us that we can help this world. Like I say, he's a national treasure, and is probably one of the nicest people that have existed and lived. So yeah, The Ocean with David Attenborough. What am I gonna do? I rate this one? Yeah, I'll give it 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 because I learnt a few things that I thought I didn't. Like I say, we're only learning about the ocean. We're still learning about it every day. So yeah, I don't usually review documentaries or films that much on this channel, but I felt I should review this one and give you my thoughts and opinions on it. So there you go. There is my review on The Ocean with David Attenborough. It's available now on Disney Plus, so if you've got Disney Plus, you can watch it on there. It was released in cinemas for a limited time, but soon enough came onto Disney Plus, and I thought I'll give it a watch when I've got free time, and I'm glad I watched it. So there you go. There's my review on that one. Have you seen it? So let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Random Ross, and this has been a random review. So, until next time, I bid you all a goodbye, friends, goodbye.